Hi there, everyone. Good afternoon. I am a little bit late this afternoon, but I was really trying to print out something for you that I wanted to show you as we talk today about having the business or the promotion of your dreams. Now, today I will be talking a lot about what you need to do if you want to have a business or have that promotion. And what I would like to do also is to carry that forward to the next few weeks so that the conversation can be meaningful to you and you can take some live tips away. But before we go into all that, I hope that you are having the most amazing Monday and that your weekend was completely happy, fulfilled, and filled with lots of rest and relaxation. Because I know these days we work so hard and we sometimes run ourselves into the ground. And it's really important for us to remember to take some time to reflect, to relax, and to take care of us. Because without us, then the other people that we're clamoring to give attention to will not have the best because they won't have the best version of us. So I want to bust some myth today. When people talk about finding a job or starting a business, I've heard some experts in the market say that bull crap about passions. Just go on out and find something that you love or you think you love and then become really good at that and you will be passionate about it. And I say to that, that's bull. It doesn't work that way. If it were the case, then why is it that 70 to 80% of people in America actually hate their jobs? Can you tell me? So obviously, that is not the case because that's what almost everybody went out to do. When we graduate from college, when we go off to find that position, that ideal position in the job market, or if we're starting a business, we go off and we randomly create a business. It doesn't take us too long to figure out that that is not what fulfills us. Because they're saying finding your dream job is your passion. Well, yes, I agree with that piece. That piece is 100% accurate. But if you want to be happy and fulfilled at what you're doing, then it cannot be that you're going to run out, find something, and then get really good at it, and you will develop passion for it. That is not the case at all. I have been, over my career, before I start doing coaching and coaching people to find their best jobs, to get the promotions, or people to build that business that they really love. Before I started doing that, I was actually an executive and a leader in several organizations. And I'm turning off my phone here because I heard a sound and I don't want that to interrupt you guys. So before I started coaching and doing that, I used to hire and interview a lot of people and supervise them after the process of hiring them. And I have seen the patterns for thousands of people over decades of my career. And it does not work that way. What I want to do is to share with you exactly some of the processes that you're going to need to spend some time doing so that you can be fulfilled getting that promotion or that job if it is a job, or loving the business that you have. It is very important to do this. You don't just run off and find something and then discover that, okay, I do this well and voila, I am suddenly happy and fulfilled. It doesn't work that way. So why don't we spend some time talking about what that process is? Now, I believe that the number one factor that really affects women in getting their positions is clarity and creativity. And I guess you might have deduced that based on my conversation previously. It is clarity. If you are not clear about what you want, then you will not get what you want. So what do I mean by clarity? Well, the first thing is that you have to spend some time doing your homework. Don't go off looking at the positions that are existing and then doing eeny, meeny, miny, mo, randomly picking a job that you think fills your skills and your qualifications. And then some of us have the idea that we have to run off to go get another degree or to get another qualification to be satisfactory to the employer for the position that we're seeking. All that is good. Getting a skill is good. Getting qualification is good. And I want to let you know that that is not the number one thing that will get you hired. If you want to get hired, as I said, you must spend some time getting clear about what you want and bringing some creativity with you on the job. So why don't we just dive in and talk about some of the things that I have prepared for you so that you can not sabotage your success and you can have that level of confidence as you walk into that position, or if you're starting a business, that you can have some level of confidence about where you want to go. Now, starting a business is a little bit, it's the same process initially, but then it requires some testing in the background to make sure that that business will work out. So let's just talk about the job position first. So have you been focusing on updating your resume, sending off your applications to the different job sites, just randomly submitting those things and leaving it at that? How is that working out for you? The thing is that thousands of other people are doing the exact same thing. So you've got to figure out, how are you going to separate yourself from the pack? How are you going to highlight your gifts that you bring so that you can really stand out? And how do you do that? Well, I have the process which I call the ACT, Awareness Creation Transformation Model, which I have created. Now, this model will help you in whatever area of life that you want to work on. You first must to be aware. That's what the A stands for, Awareness Creation Transformation. And today we're going to talk about the awareness factor and how that's going to play in to getting that position that you want or having a successful business that you want. Now, in terms of being aware, you must know what are the things that you really love to do. That is the things that you're passionate about. So that's the thing that you need to start with. Make a list of those areas that you feel you are really passionate about. Then write down the things that you do really well that you seem to see that other people are struggling with. The next thing is, reach out to about 3 to 5 people that know you very well and ask for their opinion. What do you think I'm really good at? Now, you're asking for their opinion so that you can have an expanded idea, because typically when you are good at something, you really don't necessarily notice that you're good at it. And if you don't notice that you're good at it, that could be a missed opportunity for you to make a difference, not just for yourself, but for your future employees or that employers, or that business that you're after, right? So you want to make a list of those items that you find that you like, what you're great at, that you're passionate about. Then talk to people about it, 3 to 5 people. Write down those things that you do effortlessly. Write a list of any of the obstacles, challenges that you have overcome. And Combine that with all the training that you have or all the skill development that you have. Now, what I was trying to print up for you is a matrix that I created that will help you to fit all of these things inside of. And in a moment, I'm going to share with you a link where you can go and download that information so you can work inside of that matrix. The printer said it's offline and there are 2 jobs that are in queue. So I turned it off, turned it on, and I couldn't get that printer to work. I don't know what the issue is. So maybe I'll just do that again later. But if you go to the link that I'll share with you later, you will be able to get that download so that you can work inside of that matrix. Now, what do you do with all of those things that you have? I have invited you to put your passions and the things you love right down the side, and across the top, put your skills and your trainings, and also down the side, the things people say you're good at. So those are the things that you probably love. And then your training across the top. And it's in a table. So inside of each cell, there will be an interchanging or an interaction between your skills and your passions. Look inside of that box and think about what are the things that people are having challenges doing, or what are some of the things that businesses are looking for people to do this. Now, one thing you can do, and I tried that before while I was preparing for this live cast, is you could also do a Google search of what are the jobs that are available with yada yada skill. You can combine them with what your passion are and your skills. And Google is a very friendly place to find information. My goodness, you would never think that all of those things that people think up in their heads, thinking it's original, that you could actually Google and find it. But do that Google combination to find jobs that fit that combination cell if you are looking for jobs, and write those down. Make a list inside of each of those cells. If you are a business owner, then you are going to look for the problems that people are having in those particular areas. If you look at your skill and you look at your passion, think about what can you solve using that skill and that passion combined, or a combination of passions and skills. And at this point, all you're doing is brainstorming. You're just brainstorming on possible solutions because you're going to end up with quite a bit of information, so you cannot run out, okay? Now, so you are first putting down the things you are aware of that you know, the things you're aware of that you love, the things you are aware of that you're trained to do and that you are skilled to do. And you put that in a list. So now once you have created this whole brainstormed list, now it's time for you to whittle down. You're going to look through that list and you're going to figure which ones are your top 5 ones. If you can come up with a top 3, that's even better. And if you've done your Google search appropriately, you will have come up with a list of those jobs that are actually available. And now you're going to take that to the next step. You're going to find those companies that are hiring those jobs. Now, this may require for you to do a little bit of networking. Aside from putting in your resume online and applying online, find people perhaps who have these jobs that you want, and talk to them. Take them out for coffee or chocolate, hot chocolate, whatever you do. Take them out for that and ask them, What are their challenges? What are the solutions? What are the biggest things you think your employer needs in this position? And take notes. Because, see, that information is research that you are gathering for what you want for that position. The next step is that you are going to locate those businesses and get online and do some deep research. Call up some people in those organizations and ask them specific questions. You can probably look up and find email addresses and maybe phone numbers to the departments of some of these organizations and introduce yourself by email first and arrange for probably a phone call to ask a few clarifying questions. Get in there. You've got to know what that business wants. What does that employer want? What is the goal, the main goal that the company is after? And you can probably find that company goal on their website. Look at how they have been hitting their goals in the past, how your skills and your talents can combine to help them to hit that goal. Because when you go into that interview, which we'll talk about in another section, those are some of those powerful strategies that you're going to bring that will help your employer to know why they should hire you, why you are the best, most powerful client for that particular scenario. But the first thing is you have to be clear about what you want. You have to bring creativity to the conversation. And I will tell you this one thing, having hired thousands and supervised thousands of people, the resume will get you into the interview. It's not the resume that's going to get you the job. It's that positive energy that you bring in that space that wows the committee. And we will talk about how to actually answer those interview questions so that you blow that committee out of the water, so that your level of competence comes through very clearly and that people know exactly what you can offer to this organization to help them to meet their goals. So in reviewing what we talk about, if you want to really get that job or that promotion, first get clear. Get clear about what it is. Name a specific job title. Don't be all global about it. Okay? Don't be global about it. Name that job title after you've done your homework, like I've showed you to. And for that form, you can go to passionstoearnings.com. passionstoearnings.com. You will download a free ebook. It's just a few pages. And that ebook will walk you through some of the strategies, additional strategies that you can employ to get that promotion or that position that you're after. And it will also walk you through the steps to identifying what you're passionate about, what you are likely to love, so that those people, those 70 to 80% of people who absolutely hate their jobs, that you don't become one of those statistics. I guarantee you probably will if you go off in the job market, find something that you feel that you can conquer and become good at, and then become really good at it. That is not a way to like your job. Trust me on that, with a lot of experience and having talked to a lot of people and supervised a lot of people in their job responsibilities. So do that. Now, if you're a business owner and you are not really clear about what you want, or you want to start a business, the process I just went through about identifying your passions, your challenges and struggles that you've overcome is a really huge one for the businesses, because now you can speak to the need of the people who are in your field, the people that you want to reach out, your client base. And you can speak to them and they can know that you have experienced what you are talking about and sharing with them. Now, you don't necessarily have to have had the experience. You could also have the expertise to help them to get what they want to. But if you're doing a business, then it's really key that you do understand this, and then just know that you have to take it a little step further. You have to really test what you are about. Because I tell you what, when I started my business the very, very first time, I didn't test anything. I just jumped in. And you know what? It worked for a little bit, but I ran out of steam. I didn't hate it, but it was not fulfilling for me. It felt like drudgery. And you don't want that, right? So you want to make sure that you really love it. You really love it, and that you can get up every day and you can do this thing because it's going to exhilarate you. It's going to energize you. It's going to give you the vim and the vivacity so you can step out and do your thing every day. And you know what? People who are interacting with you or who you're interacting with will feel the difference. That is the difference that you will bring in that job interview, in that promotion experience, that people in that committee will pick up on and say, yes, she is the number one client. Let's bring her in for a second interview and see how she does. And then you just go back and you do it again. So next week, we're going to talk about the second cycle, the creativity part, the creation part of the ACT cycle. We will talk about some tips on how you can actually land the interview and some creative things that you can do to get yourself in the door as you are designing yourself and preparing yourself for this promotion or for this new business. My friends, hop on over to passionstoearnings.com and click that link and download that free ebook, and that will help you to walk through some of the exercises that we've talked about today. And I will see you next week. Once again, this is Dr. Gwen, empowering lives to live purposefully and passionately. Love you guys.